व्हाट्स अप, गुड आफ्टरनून। कैसे हैं आप? आज हम लोग बात करने वाले हैं सॉल्यूशंस और किनेटिक्स की। द रीजन वी हैव कंबाइंड दीस टू चैप्टर्स इज कि सॉल्यूशंस का तो हम लोग काफी पार्ट मोल कॉन्सेप्ट में ऑलरेडी कर चुके हैं। सो मेनली विल फोकस ऑन द सेकंड पार्ट ऑफ सॉल्यूशंस एंड एक दो सवाल कर लेंगे साथ में। रेस्ट विल डू किनेटिक्स। किनेटिक्स पे हम लोग ग्राफ्स को थोड़ा एक्सप्लोर करेंगे। क्यों? क्योंकि ये सब चीजें एनसीईआरटी में ऑलरेडी हैं एंड दैट्स द गोल ऑफ दीस सेशंस, राइट, जो मैं अभी रिसेंटली कर रहा हूं until March 16th। तो फोकस इज टू सॉल्व एनसीईआरटी सब्जेक्टिव सवाल, क्योंकि वहां से बहुत बड़े चांसेस हैं कि डायरेक्टली चीजें आ जाए। बाय द वे, अगर आपको और भी प्रैक्टिस करना है तो मैं सिमिलर चीजें जेई चैनल पे कर रहा हूं। वहां पे मैं एनसीईआरटी एग्जाम्पलर कर रहा हूं, जहां पे एमसीक्यूज हैं, मोर देन वन करेक्ट, ऑल ऑफ दैट। तो यही सेम चीज सॉल्यूशन किनेटिक्स विद अ बिट ऑफ अ ट्विस्ट होगी 7 तारीख को। कम चेक इट आउट ऑन द जेई चैनल इफ यू लाइक। मेरी आवाज साफ आ रही है? कैन यू हियर मी? कैन यू सी मी? तीर्थराज, खुशी, सुपर डुपर, देवांशी, डीकैफ, लॉन्ग टाइम, राधिका, अश्विनी एंड सुल्ताना, गुड इवनिंग टू एवरीबॉडी। How you doing? How you doing? Shall we get started right away? So where are we at? On the Saturday वाले session मेरे आपसे मिस हो गए, apologies. I had to help out 9th 10th standard students, right? Specifically 10th grade के boards थे, तो वो साइंस का पेपर था सैटरडे को, तो we spent a lot of time in the studio there. You could check that video. It was good fun. We did all the 5 sets that came, the 5 mother sets, quote unquote. इसलिए हमारा टाइम टेबल थोड़ा बदल गया है। जो सैटरडे वाला सेशन था वो हम लोग आज करेंगे, which is this one right here, solutions and kinetics. ठीक है? ग्राफ करेंगे? यस यस राधिका, ग्राफ जरूर करेंगे, मजा आएगा। इट्स अ फन ग्राफ। we will look at some practical stuff of kinetics. Absolutely. Piyush, hey, what's happening? What's happening? Good evening. Let's start. पहला सवाल, एक दो सवाल होंगे concentration terms वाले, उसके बाद we'll get to the other parts of solutions. ठीक है? पहला सवाल, concentrated nitric acid used in laboratory work is 68% by mass in aqueous solution. What should be the molarity of such a sample of the acid if the density is given to be some value? Now आप इसको दो तरीके से कर सकते हैं। एक तो अगर आपको फॉर्मूला याद है तो आप फॉर्मूला लगाइए, बट आई डोंट आई डोंट रिकमेंड दैट वे। कुछ डी है, 10 है, 10 चीजें होती हैं, आई नेवर डू इट दैट वे, यू नो मी, राइट? सो हाउ वुड आई रिक्वेस्ट यू टू डू इट? पहले आपको निकालना है कि बेसिस क्या होगा यहाँ पे। बेसिस मतलब कि व्हाट डू आई स्टार्ट विद? डू आई टेक 100 ग्राम ऑफ सॉल्यूशन? डू आई टेक 100 लीटर ऑफ सॉल्यूशन? डू आई टेक 100 ml ऑफ सॉल्यूशन? ब्रॉडली ये दो चीजें हो सकती है, ठीक है? बिकॉज डिनोमिनेटर में या तो ये होगा या तो ये हो गया। व्हाट डू आई मीन? देखिए यहाँ पे मुझे दिया गया है 68% by mass. This means there is 68 gram of HNO3 in 100 gram of solution. ठीक है? इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूं कि मे बी वी कैन टेक 100 ग्राम ऑफ सोल्यूशन एज द बेसिस, कि मैं ये शुरुआत कर रहा हूं इतने इतने अमाउंट से। और द अदर थिंग इज मोलैरिटी। मोलैरिटी क्या होती है? इट्स मोल ऑफ दिस गाय HNO3 इन 1 लीटर ऑफ सोल्यूशन। तो ठीक है, मैं 100 ml को लेके आई कैन कन्वर्ट टू 1 लीटर। तो व्हाट डू यू वांट टू स्टार्ट विद? आपको क्या लगता है? अगर किसी को क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करना है, सॉल्व करिए आप, गिव मी द आंसर। इफ यू वांट टू पार्टिसिपेट एंड गो थ्रू द प्रोसेस विथ मी, देन एक एक स्टेप मुझे जवाब दीजिए। आपको क्या लगता है इसमें से क्या करना चाहिए? विच वन डू यू थिंक वी शुड स्टार्ट विद अकॉर्डिंग टू यू? थोड़ा आइडिया देंगे? पीयूष इज गिविंग मी सम नंबर्स, 15 into 68 by 63. Okay, all right, cool. He's giving me some numbers. Let's see. Is that the answer? Is that the final answer? So what do you think we should start with in this case? 100 ml of solution, 100 gram of solution. 16.23 m says decaf. All right, okay. Volume, okay. Khushi says volume. Cool. Now, if we take 100 ml of volume, the thing is ki this is sorted, right? Density is sorted because I have density as 1.504 gram in 1 ml. So I say कि अच्छा, I have 150.4 gram in 100 ml. I can say that. ठीक है, molar mass of HNO3 1.079, बहुत चीजें लोग बोल रहे हैं, ठीक है। But then इससे how do I go back to this? How do I go back to this? It seemed like 100 ml may be a good thing to start off with, but I don't have that directly. I can kind of figure things out. Say कि अच्छा 100 ml 150.4 gram solution है, तो उसमें 68 ग्राम होता है, 68 ग्राम of HNO3 होता है in 100 gram of solution. करेक्ट? सो 154 ग्राम 150.4 ग्राम में कितना होगा? डू अ क्रॉस मल्टीप्लिकेशन कर सकते हो। खुशी उस तरीके से भी कर सकते हो। खुशी यू कैन डू दैट एज वेल। मैं दूसरे तरीके से करना चाहूंगा। खुशी के तरीके से करने से इट्स गोना बी 150.4 टाइम्स 68 डिवाइडेड बाय 63, करेक्ट है ना? दैट्स व्हाट यू गाइस आल्सो सेइंग। एंड ओनली थिंग यू नीड टू चेंज इज आई नीड टू कन्वर्ट टू 1000, राइट? ये है 100 ml, आई नीड टू मेक इट 1000 ml. So जो चीज बोल रहे हैं into 1/10, exactly what my friend said, 1.5 into 68 by 63, जो पीयूष ने बोला. So you can do it that way as well, right? What Khushi said. Sultana is giving me an answer, Teetha is giving me an answer, Radhika is giving me an answer. ओके अश्विनी थोड़ा चेक करो अपने आंसर को, थोड़ा चेक करो. नाउ आई कैन टेक दिस और दिस. आई हैव शोन यू वन वे थ्रू खुशीज वे. दूसरा तरीका है टेक 100 ग्राम ऑफ सोल्यूशन. 100 ग्राम ऑफ सोल्यूशन में होगा 68 ग्राम ऑफ HNO3. If it has 68 gram of HNO3, how many moles will it have? See, I'm showing you first principles. This is the mole, right? Divide by 63 gram per mole because this is the molar mass of HNO3. और यहाँ पे 100 ग्राम सोल्यूशन. But I don't want 100 ग्राम सोल्यूशन. I need 1 liter of solution. How do I convert gram to liter? Density है यहाँ पे. तो what I will do is इसको डिवाइड करो by 4. This becomes 17. This becomes 25. So this 17 by 25 मैंने यहाँ पे लिख लिया. ठीक है, cool. Now what do I do? I have gram solution to multiply gram solution ऊपर. Okay. इधर क्या करें? इधर liter solution करें. That's what I need. If I do that, then I have mole per liter, which is the answer. That's what we will do. How do I get gram and liter? I do gram per ml, then I convert ml to liter. So, अगर ये इसमें कुछ भी चीज जल्दी हो रही है, tell me I'll slow down. But see, I did not use any formula. मैं first principle से कर रहा हूँ, completely first principle से. The only thing I needed was कि molarity क्या है? Definition. This is the definition of molarity, and the definition of this 68% HNO3 by mass का क्या मतलब है? ये दोनों definition से we interconvert. How do we interconvert? We cancel our units. This unit we need. I don't want this unit. I don't want this unit. So I can't cancel them out. Remember, it is gram of solution divided by ml of solution. Solution. ये भी जरूरी है, ठीक है? और ये है solute. तभी तो आएगा actual answer. खैर, ऐसे इतने ध्यान से कोई पढ़ाता है नहीं, but it's important to do things from these first principles. Only then will you never make a mistake. अगर आप किसी और तरीके से करोगे, where you go and mug into 10 into this and that, आप एग्जाम में भूल सकते हो. तो उस तरीके से मत करो. खुशी, what you said absolutely works as well. Did you get the answer in the same way? The best thing about all of these mole concept questions is कि आप कोई भी तरीका ले सकते हो to get to that answer. There are many paths, all of them lead to God. Same idea है कि बहुत जो भी path लो, आप पहुंच जाओगे. हो सकता है कोई path ज्यादा जल्दी चला जाए, but all of them lead to the same place. Yeah, okay. NEET aspirant. Go ask offline people, bro. If you want specific stuff, go to shop.byju's.com. You can buy whatever you want from there. Yeah. Uncle. Wow. Sahi ho tum log. A bit fast. Yeah. Here, that's the site. Go check out whatever you want to buy over there. Final answer 16.3. All right, 2-3. Sure. Khushi, either way works yaar. Khushi, aapko jo tarika hai aap karo. ठीक है? Ashwini, did you understand how it's not 0.016? It's 16.23. Oh, Ashwini, is this fast? Do you want me to slow down or do you want me to go faster? What do you want? NEET aspirant. If you want to talk about solution kinetics, we'll do that here. If you want to talk about anything else, I'm going to have to time you out. Okay? Let's focus on this class. Ashwini, do you want me to go faster or is this too fast? मैं समझ नहीं पा रहा हूँ आपकी बात. All of you have got the right answer. Teethraj, Piyush, 63, Sultana, Pampa, absolutely right. आप लोगों ने बहुत जल्दी कर दिया, which means you're awesome. Decaf, everybody else, that's brilliant. That's great. So, Ashwini, let me know. Am I going fast or do you want me to go faster? Either way. A sample of drinking water was found to be severely contaminated with chloroform, and this is a carcinogen. The level of contamination was 15 ppm by mass. Express this in percent per mass and determine the molality of chloroform in the water sample. So, दो चीजें करनी है. Now, this we are converting ppm into mass percentage, और दूसरी चीज हम लोग उसको molality में convert करेंगे. And this is an interesting question. This is an interesting question. Again, we're going to do this from first principles. We don't need any crazy formulae. Just the definitions. Just the definitions. Go ahead, आप लोग solve करो, where I tell you a nice, like a elegant way of doing this. Okay, you got it, Ashwini? Okay. Sorry, अगर आपको लग रहा है मैं थोड़ा जल्दी चला गया, please tell me. I will repeat whatever you need. Okay. I thought आप बोल रहे थे कि you wanted me to go fast. अगर कुछ जल्दी जा रहा है, तो मुझे बताइए. I'll slow down and I'll tell you. ये notes, you don't have to write anything in my class. Right? Notes आपको मिल जाएंगे. आप ध्यान से सुनिए. और अगर जो नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, एक बार फिर से आप जो है मुझे पूछ लीजिए. ठीक है? प्रोसेस समझना बहुत जरूरी है. ओके. सो व्हाट इज 15 पार्ट्स पर मिलियन? मतलब 15 पार्ट्स इन अ मिलियन पार्ट्स ऑफ समथिंग, यूजुअली सॉल्वेंट सॉल्यूशन. इट डजंट मैटर. ठीक है? नाउ दिस डिनोमिनेटर, व्हाई डज इट नॉट मैटर? बिकॉज इट इज बिग. सो वेदर आई टेक सॉल्वेंट और सॉल्यूशन इज गोइंग टू बी द सेम. राइट? इट डजंट मैटर, टू बी ऑनेस्ट. राइट? ओनली इन ppm. ओनली, दिस इज ओनली इन ppm. ठीक है? बिकॉज सोल्यूट क्वांटिटी इज स्मॉल, रियली स्मॉल. really small solute quantity. इसीलिए it doesn't matter. This is the reason why this thing doesn't matter. Okay, whether I take solute or solvent. सो ठीक है, तो 15 ग्राम इन 10 पावर 6 ग्राम और इट कैन बी 15 लीटर 10 पावर 6 लीटर, डजंट मैटर, पार्ट्स पर मिलियन। ठीक है, मैंने ग्राम क्यों लिखा? बिकॉज आई वांट परसेंटेज मास व्हिच इज मास सोल्यूट बाय 100 ग्राम सॉल्यूशन। ठीक है, तो नाउ डिनोमिनेटर में आई विल टेक इट आउट सो दैट 100 एक तरफ चला जाता है, बाकी एक तरफ आ जाता है। व्हाट डू आई मीन? लेट्स राइट इट लाइक दिस। कुछ नहीं किया, तो दिस बिकम सॉल्यूशन एंड दिस होल थिंग बिकम्स सोल्यूट एंड दैट इज योर आंसर। ठीक है, दैट इज योर आंसर, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी द मास परसेंटेज। समझ में आ रहा है? ठीक है, इज दिस ओके? दिस इज द सेम थिंग एज सेइंग कि इस पूरी चीज को इनटू 100 करो, राइट? आई नो यू यूज्ड टू डूइंग थिंग्स वन पर्टिकुलर वे, मैं आपको एक दूसरा तरीका दिखा रहा हूं। ठीक है, डेफिनेशन से x ग्राम सोल्यूट इन 100 ग्राम सोल्यूशन। सो अगर मेरे डिनोमिनेटर 100 ग्राम सोल्यूशन है, दिस वैल्यू इज द परसेंटेज। और अगर आपको ज्यादा कन्वीनियंट लगता है इनटू 100 मल्टीप्लाई करने का, डू दैट, मल्टीप्लाई इनटू 100, दैट्स आल्सो फाइन, ईदर वे इट्स द सेम थिंग। ठीक है, व्हिच इज 1.5 × 10 पावर 3%। यस, खुशी तीर्थराज, तीर्थराज थोड़ा आगे पीछे हो गया, सुपर डुपर 1 2 3 4 3 होगा ना? हाँ ठीक है, अश्विनी बिल्कुल सही, अश्विनी या सुपर डुप आदित्य बिल्कुल सही, पंपा बेसिक से पढ़ा है, वही पढ़ा रहे हैं, बेसिक से पढ़ा रहे हैं प्रिंस। निगम निगम अनलाइकली है, बट अगर कोई केमिस्ट्री क्वेश्चन इसमें आपको ठीक नहीं लग रहा है, यू पिंग मी निगम, यू नो माय टेलीग्राम थिंग राइट, आई टीच केम, यू पिंग मी देयर एंड I'll check with it, okay? You ping, send me the photo and I'll help, try and help you out. It's all right, NEET bhai, NEET aspirant bhai, let's focus. If you want to look at some pricing, you can check it out on that shop.byju's.com, or you can reach out to those guys directly, yeah, Aakash people directly. I don't know the prices, I'm being very straight with you. Yeah, so Pampa, yeah, okay, everyone's got the answer, it is the same, okay, lovely lovely lovely. पीयूष नेक्स्ट पार्ट बताते हुए, तीर्थराज ओके कूल कूल, नहीं बिल्कुल सही है, तीर्थराज द सेम थिंग, 0.0015 इज सेम एज 1.5, सेम ही है तीर्थराज, कोई सॉरी बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है। पीयूष गिविंग द नेक्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ द आंसर, लवली। अगले वाला पार्ट कैसे करें? अगला पार्ट कैसे किया जाए? ओके, नाउ हियर इज अनदर अप्रोक्सीमेशन वी कैन मेक। मोलैलिटी इज सेम एज मोलैरिटी, क्यों? क्योंकि ये है बहुत ही ज्यादा डाइल्यूट सॉल्यूशन। सिंस ये बहुत डाइल्यूट सॉल्यूशन है, what is molality? Molality is mole solute in 1 kg solution, solvent actually, sorry, 1 kg solvent. This is छोटा सा m. जो बड़ा m है, what is that? That is mole solute divided by 1 liter solution. Now, I'm saying that 1 liter solution is equal to 1 kg solvent. When will this happen? When you have, let me use a different color, A, water as the solvent, okay, and B, very dilute solution. So I can assume कि ठीक है यार, तुमको चाहिए मोलैलिटी, हम लोग कर लेंगे मोलैरिटी के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से, सेम ही है। ठीक है, सो नाउ व्हाट डू आई डू? आई टेक दिस, आई कन्वर्ट दिस इनटू मोलैरिटी। कैसे? मेरे पास ग्राम है, आई डिवाइड बाय 119 ग्राम पर मोल, बिकॉज ग्राम कैंसिल होके ये सोल्यूट का है ना। Here I have got moles of solute by doing this. What is 119.5? दोस्तों, that is the mass of CHCl3. 12 plus 1 plus 71 plus 35.5, right? क्या ये होता है? This is 3, 4, 9.5, 10, 11. Okay, we are good. This is 119.5 gram per mole. यही है मोला मास CHCl3 का। ठीक है, okay. 1 gram per cc, this is the density of water, and 1000 cc by 1 liter is the conversion factor. That's multiplying dividing by 1. This is as low as I can go. ठीक है? Once I do all of this, then kata piti करने के बाद, after I cut stuff out, what is left is 1.255 molar, which is the molarity, which is the same as molality. Molarity और molality same है. ठीक है? Molar mass is exactly. Piyush, that's okay, no problem, Piyush. If you did not assume to be very dilute, that is better, but Piyush, if you did that, how did you get solvent का mass? I think you did assume it, Piyush, because आप assume करके तो आपको आंसर आएगा, otherwise solvent का 1 किलो का mass आएगा कहां से? How will you know solvent कितना है? ठीक है, पंपा इज सेइंग समथिंग. पंपा, एक छोटी सी चीज आप भूल गए. आपने 10 पावर -7 एंड में क्यों किया? इट शुड बी 1000, नो? व्हाई 10 पावर -7, पंपा? Pampa is saying 15 by 10 power 6. That part I agree with. Divided by 119.5. Got the same numbers here. But in the end, Pampa is multiplying with 10 power -7. I wonder why. Why did I multiply 10 power 3? Because 1 cubic centimeter per 1 gram per cc is the density of water. And 1000 centimeter cube is 1 liter. So it is like multiplying and dividing by 1. That is what I have done over here. इसलिए 10 power 3. Pampa, do you understand? Not 10 power 7. 10 power -7 मैंने समझा नहीं कहां से आया. And hey, hold on. I am not able to follow your calculation actually. थोड़ा सा ऊपर नीचे हो गया. हाँ, division by 10 power 6 होगा, multiplication by 10 power 3. ठीक है, चेक कर लो. Yeah. This is what I have got. Have you got something weird, different? Oh, hold on. I think Pampa is right. 10 power -4 is absolutely right. Pampa, you're right. My bad. Into 10 power -3. मैं खा गया 10 power -3. Sorry about that. You're right. You're all बिल्कुल सही बोल रहे हैं आप लोग. Since 10 power 6 denominator में रहेगा, I'll get the calculator out. I did not put this here. हाँ, सही बोला आप लोग. 15 divided by 119.5 divided by 10 power 6 into 1000 would be, yes, 1.255 into 10 power -4. You're right. Good job. Sorry, Pampa. You're right. Thank you. Nigam, good job. That's the right answer. Piyush, yeah, cool. Okay, 1.27 says Teethraj. I'll allow it. 1.255 is what I got. Yeah, you're right. How did you do it without assuming, Piyush? Can you help me out with that? Well, what did you do without assuming? Key is dilute. So, अगर आप ले रहे हो कि 15 ग्राम, what is your denominator? 10 power 6 gram of what? This has to be solution, correct? Solution ही हुआ, तो आप solvent का mass निकालोगे कहां से? Where do you get solvent mass from? Without assuming it's dilute, how will you get solvent का mass? अच्छा, मैं समझ रहा हूं. You are saying कि भाई 10 power 6 minus 15. ठीक है, so that automatically gives you 999. You get this, है ना? सही बोला क्या? 10 power 6, 10 power 5. 1 2 3 4 5 6. ये हो गया 1 मिलियन. एक 9 एक्स्ट्रा हो गया. ये हो गया क्या? पानी. This is what you did क्या? 99985. Is that what we did? 99985. Sure, dude. It works. Works. ठीक है. चलो अगला सवाल देखते हैं. Now we are getting into the solutions part of it. Solutions में मतलब वो होता है ना, lowering of vapor pressure that causes so many things. It causes delta TB, delta TF, pi, सब चीजें करता है. एक वंडरफुल सा ग्राफ है. प्रेशर 1 एटमॉस्फेयर ले लो इसको. ठीक है, इधर क्या होता है? इज दिस टेम्परेचर? इज दिस राइट? आई थिंक दिस इज टेम्परेचर. वील हैव टू सी. या, इट गोज हियर. दिस इज द एक्चुअल ग्राफ. And this is what happens when you add a non-volatile solute to it. ये आपके एनसीईआरटी में है, ठीक है, मैं कुछ बना रही ना हूं आपको ऐसे ही रैंडमली. सो नॉन वॉलेटाइल सोल्यूट से क्या होता है? 1 एटमॉस्फेयर पे जो है, this goes further to the right, which means कि there is an increase in boiling point. और यहां पे there is a decrease in freezing point. Also, there is lowering of vapor pressure. ठीक है, यही होता है पूरी कहानी. So main thing is cause क्या है? Cause है lowering of vapor pressure. Effect है क्या? डेल्टा टीबी, डेल्टा टीएफ, पाई इक्वल टू आईसीआरटी, सब हो जाता है. ठीक है, अब सवाल क्या पूछ रहा है? सवाल इंटरेस्टिंग है. 2 elements form compounds having formula AB2 and AB4. जब इसको डिसॉल्व करते हो 20 ग्राम ऑफ बेंजीन and 1 gram of AB2, it lowers the freezing point by some value. और 1 gram of AB4 lowers it by some lower value. मतलब कि AB4 का मास इज मोर देन AB2, हेंस थोड़ा कम होता है, which is make sense. तो मोलर डिप्रेशन कांस्टेंट मतलब कि KF है कि KB? हाँ ठीक है, ये KF यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है. ठीक है, so what can I do? I can write this formula for you, right? Assuming that I is equal to 1, okay? Because if we don't assume I equal to 1, our life becomes a little bit hard. ठीक है, so I will assume that I is equal to 1 for now. डेल्टा टी बी एंड डेल्टा एग्जैक्टली आई नो बिकॉज अभी ये नहीं बोला है कि ये डिसोसिएट होता है, तो मैं इसको आई अभी 1 ले रहा हूं, ठीक है। डेल्टा टी एफ विल बी इक्वल टू मोलैलिटी टाइम्स के बी के एफ, सॉरी, दैट्स इट, ठीक है। सो मोलैलिटी कैसे निकाली जाए, मोलैलिटी कैसे निकाली जाए, के एफ इंटू एम, राइट, एग्जैक्टली। मोलैलिटी निकालने के लिए ही मैंने यहां पे लिखा है दिस बाय एम ग्राम पर मोल, this gives me moles of AB2 slash AB4, ठीक है, depending on what this M is. What is this? This is KF. And then I have 20 gram of solvent, but I need to convert that to kilogram, which is why I divide by 1000 and multiply by 1000 and divide by 1, ठीक है, तो चीजें cancel out. This is the first equation. So now try. बाप रे, Matthew Peters is on fire. Look at that, Matthew Peters. That's great. Little dot, थोड़ा आंसर तो बताओ. Okay, Pampa, lovely. M2 is 196.5. What is M1? What do we do here? We have to write that 1.3 is going to be equal to 1 by M of AB2 times 5.1 by 2 into 100, मतलब basically becomes 50, right? So this becomes fairly doable now. Then 2.3, नहीं उल्टा लिखा क्या, हाँ उल्टा लिखा, 2.3 is MAB2, 1.3 is MAB4 into 5.1 times 50. So basically 5 into 50 by 1.3, 5 into 50 by 2.3, है ना, तो 250 by 1.3, 250 by 2.3 अप्रोक्सीमेटली देखा जाए तो। सॉल्वेंट इज बेंजीन, ठीक है, सॉल्वेंट इज बेंजीन, खुशी और राइट, बट सॉल्वेंट बीइंग बेंजीन का कोई यहां पे रेलेवेंस सिर्फ इसमें है। द रेलेवेंस ऑफ सॉल्वेंट बीइंग बेंजीन इज दिस केएफ वैल्यू, केएफ इज टाइड टू सॉल्वेंट, ठीक है। मोलार मास में दैट बेंजीन डज नॉट फैक्टर, राइट, ओके। Are you guys trying this out? Are you guys trying this out? What is the mass of AB2 and AB4? Can you tell me from this, from these two equations? Okay. M1 is 110.87, says Pampa. Lovely. What is M2? M1 I'm assuming is AB2, right? Let's write that down. 1 is AB2, 2 is AB4. क्या ये हरा कलर ठीक से दिख रहा है आपको? दिख रहा है, इसके ऊपर लाइट ज्यादा आ रही है तो मुझे नहीं दिख रहा है। Okay, cool. Great. You guys are getting quick at this. Lovely. Good job, Matthew Peters sahab. Ashwini, 5A is equal to 4B. I like that, Ashwini. I like that. Where can we go with that? 5A equal to 4B. अब क्या करें? What's next? Okay. I think you can do one better. Bola mass of AB2 is 110.87, 86. AB4 is this value. ठीक है? So you get two equations. Ashwini, what you're giving me is one equation. Okay. I think you cancel stuff out. You divided. I know what Ashwini did. Ashwini divided both of these. Okay. Divided these and he got one relationship. He or she got a relationship between A and B. You can do that as well. If you divide them both, you get that. But if you do them separately, life is easier. Okay. You have to split up. You have to split up further, right? A plus 2B is 111. A plus 4B is 196. ठीक है. ये 110 को मैंने 111 कर दिया. 196, 1.15 को 196 कर दिया. अब can you tell me values of A and B, please? AB2, ठीक है, okay. Now can you guys tell me A and B? That's what the final thing is. Last step. Take 30 more seconds. You can do this from here. See, if you subtract both of these, you get 2B is 85 by 2. So B is क्या? 42.5. And from there you get A is 26. है ना? Does that hold good? 5A, 4B. Let us see. 5 into 26 and is equal to divided by 4 divided by 42.5. That doesn't work, यार. जो 4:5 आपने रेशियो बताया, I don't know if that works so well. कहाँ गया वो? Relation use करके option eliminate. Yeah, absolutely, Piyush. Yeah, in NEET your life will be easier. मैं आपसे जो करा रहा हूँ थोड़ी मुश्किल चीज करा रहा हूँ because NCERT करा रहा हूँ, right? NEET में life will be easier because NEET will have options that you can eliminate for sure. A is 25 point. Yeah, sure. All right. Thank you everybody. Matthew Peters. Hitting stuff right out of the park with all his quick answers. Yes, Yeah, sure, works यार. 42.5, 46. Yeah, sure. All right, works out. Thank you. Lovely. आज आप लोग चीजें बहुत जल्दी कर रहे हैं, which I really like. Next question. More on relative lowering of vapor pressure. Benzene and toluene, they form an ideal solution over the entire range of composition. The vapor pressure of pure benzene and pure toluene are 50.71 and 32.06. 32.06. Okay, ये क्या है? This is toluene, this is benzene. ठीक है. Calculate the mole fraction of benzene. Pure मतलब if this is the ideal solution मतलब straight line. Okay. All right. Cool. Now क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे? Calculate the mole fraction of benzene in vapor phase. अरे बाप रे. Vapor phase. If 80 gram of benzene is mixed with 100 gram of toluene. So you know this value. Theoretically you know this value. ठीक है. What is this value? From this you can get x of benzene and x of toluene. Okay. What do we do here? इसको शुरू कैसे करें? How do you start this? So from Raoult's law, you can relate कि P naught A into XA, और इधर हम लोग बेंजीन टॉलुइन की बात कर रहे हैं, तो बेंजीन into X of benzene will be equal to P of benzene, which is this. ये ग्राफ जो बनाया, this graph is from here. What is the other relationship? From Dalton's law, जो आपके सिलेबस से डिलीट हो गया है very very nicely, but it's very much there. You can't do without this. Dalton's law क्या बोलता है? Dalton's law बोलता है कि Y of benzene, correct? Y of benzene times P total is going to be equal to P of benzene. What is this? हमको यही निकालना है. Y of benzene निकालना है, right? You have to get mole fraction of benzene in vapor phase. That is what we have to calculate. So now essentially you've got two equations and two variables. What are your two variables? Variable number one is P of benzene, which you don't know. You know P naught, and in terms actually P of benzene you don't know. Okay, you don't know this. This you don't know P of benzene. X of benzene you can find out. P naught you know, you can find this out. Y of benzene you don't know. P total you can find out. P of benzene you can find out. How do I get P total? Individual P निकालो, add करो. Exactly. मोला मास चाहिए आप लोग को. मोला मास देख लो यार, निकाल लो उसमें क्या है. But these are the main things. Okay, this is equation 1, this is equation 2 that I have just told you about. कोई doubt है तो about the theory please ask me. Theory is important here. Calculations are okay, but theory is important. मोलार मास चाहिए आपको C6H6, that is 12 plus 6, which is 78. 12 into 6 plus 6, which is 78. Toluene क्या है? C7, or let's write it this way: C6H5 CH3. That's toluene. So that is 12 into 7 plus 8. 84 plus 8 is 92 gram per mole. Gram per mole. Kariye, please try this. Yes, there you go, Titraj. Good memory. But you can also figure it out this way. Can you try this question out, please? PHCH3. Cool. The problem in writing it PHCH3 में लिखना प्रॉब्लम ये है कि कुछ स्टूडेंट्स उसको समझेंगे C6H6CH3, which is wrong. I've seen students do that. Me being that student, I've done that. Pampa, what are we talking about? 1.1 atmosphere, is that the pressure you're saying? How about we do things from first principles, right? We can equate this to this, since ये दोनों same है. Equation 1 is equal to equation 2. So I will get one equation, one variable. This I have to find out. Baki everything else we can kind of get, right? P total हम लोग निकाल लेंगे. We don't know. P naught we know. X benzene कैसे निकालोगे? X benzene is going to be 80 divided by M benzene divided by 80 by M benzene plus 100 by M toluene. This whole thing multiply with 50.71. That's going to be equal to YB times P total. मेरे पीछे चला गया. ठीक है, उसको नेक्स्ट लाइन लिखते हैं. Here, this is what I was saying. This whole thing is X benzene. ये है P नॉट benzene. समझा? X plus Y is equal to 1. आई? Okay, sure, I agree. Yes, Aditya, बिल्कुल सही. Can you calculate from here and tell me what is P total? P total की value क्या है? How do you get P total की value? P total is what? P naught A X और A नहीं लिखते. P naught benzene times X benzene plus P naught toluene plus X toluene. दोनों को ऐड करो. You will get P total. How do I get this X toluene? 1 minus X benzene. X benzene क्या है? ये वैल्यू दी हुई है. This very nice beautiful number here is X benzene. It's okay, use a calculator. अगर ये थोड़ा अजीब लग रहा है, कैलकुलेटर यूज कर लो, कोई टेंशन नहीं. 100 by 92, 80 by 78. Oh, तो मतलब ऑलमोस्ट इक्वल है. 1.026 in benzene and 1.087 in that other thing, toluene. XB is 0.48. Thank you, Matthew Peters. So if XB is 0.48, I've got 0.49. ठीक है, थोड़ा सा कैलकुलेटर से करना पड़ेगा. It's okay. ठीक है, 0.48 ले लो. So you will get 0.52 as the other one, right? If you take 0.48, then the other one's going to be 0.452. I've got 0.549, so I've taken 0.51. So I've got P total then to be 41.11. हाँ ठीक है, Ashwini's got 41.38. Lovely. Piyush, it's okay. कैलकुलेटर यूज कर लो, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? यूज अ कैलकुलेटर, नो टेंशन. क्योंकि एक्चुअली रियल लाइफ में जब आप लोग डॉक्टर बनोगे ना, आप लोग को हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ जुगाड़ ही करना पड़ेगा. यू विल नेवर हैव थिंग्स यू कैन डू इन योर माइंड. यू विल नीड द हेल्प ऑफ इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स. वो अलग बात है कि आप लोग हजारों केसेस देखोगे तो आपको वो चीजें दिमाग में आ जाएंगी. लाइक डॉक्टर हाउस, which is my favorite show on TV ever. Like he knows, like, it's not lupus. Yeah, hair. So from that, substituting that here, 41.11 अगर मैं इसमें डालूं, and I get this to be, as you were saying, approximately 0.48 या 0.49, then this value comes to be 0.598, with 0.6 मान लेते हैं, 0.6 approximate कर लो, right? खुशी, thank you. 0.6 and 0.48. All right. Khushi, you mean agar Khushi, if this is 0.6, which one? What is 0.48? 0.38 seems more likely. 0.61, 0.38. Yeah. नहीं तीसरा नीट में ये सब कुछ नहीं आएगा. कॉम्प्लिकेटेड नहीं आएगा. नीट में किससे क्या आएगा? दिस इक्वेशन. Yeah. The reason why I'm making you do these questions is because obviously नीट में इतने भारी कैलकुलेशन नहीं आएंगे, बट ये आइडियाज, ये जो आपको इक्वेशन दिख रही है, इक्वेशन 1, इक्वेशन 2, यही दोनों के चीज में आएगा. अब व्हाट हैपेंस इज कि नीट या जेई की आड़ में स्टूडेंट्स मग अ लॉट ऑफ फॉर्मूले, बट दे फॉरगेट दीज बेसिक रूल्स. और ये रूल्स के दम पे ही मार्क्स आते हैं, है ना? क्योंकि इफ यू आर रिलाइंग ऑन मेमोरी कैन फेल यू, बट आदत आपको जो है उसको टिकाए रखेगी. आदत क्या है? फर्स्ट प्रिंसिपल से चीजें करिए. पीयूष देखा करता था, पहले 2-3 सीजन देखे, उसके बाद नहीं देखा मैंने. पी बेंजीन कैसे आया? अच्छा, पी बेंजीन कैसे आया? मैंने पी बेंजीन निकाला ही नहीं. मैंने निकाला नहीं पी बेंजीन ना, मैंने दोनों को इक्वल कर दिया. खैर पी बेंजीन आ तो सकता है, उसमें कोई चक्कर नहीं है. अश्विनी, विल गो बैक. या नो आई अंडरस्टैंड आदित्य. एक्चुअल नीट में कैलकुलेटर नहीं है. आपको उसको करने के लिए जितनी तैयारी करो, यू कैन सॉल्व लॉट ऑफ अदर क्वेश्चंस टू गेट यूज्ड टू द कैलकुलेशंस, है ना? आई अंडरस्टैंड, डोंट वरी. ये सब सवाल मैं इसलिए कर रहा हूं क्योंकि ये एनसीईआरटी में है. डोंट वरी अबाउट द नंबर्स. एक्चुअल नीट में इतने मुश्किल नंबर नहीं होंगे. मैं आपसे इतने मुश्किल चीजें कर रहा हूं, नीट में यूल लाइक आपको नींद में आप लोग कर लोगे. इट विल बी दैट इजी. पी बेंजीन कैसे निकाला? लेट मी टेक अ फ्रेश पेज टू टेल यू अबाउट पी बेंजीन कैसे निकाला. P benzene is going to be equal to P naught A P naught benzene times X benzene. Now X benzene I know, right? It's 80 by 78 divided by 80 by 78 plus 100 by 92. P naught also I know, 50.71. इन दोनों को multiply करो, you will get P benzene. Similarly, you will get P toluene. And then you add both of these up. दोनों को add करो. That will give you P total. वही हमने यहां पे किया. अश्विनी, दैट्स व्हाट ही डिड ओवर हियर. सो इसमें से this value right here is P benzene. This value right here is P toluene. समझ में आया? ठीक है. हाँ हाँ अश्विनी, नीट में तो सब स्कैम कर लेंगे. We'll do it. You will be awesome at NEET. Don't worry about it. Yes, thank you Mayuk. Sen Gupta, long time. Nice to see you here. Okay, let's determine the amount of CaCl2. This is the last question from solutions. इसके बाद हम लोग jump करेंगे directly into kinetics. Determine the amount of CaCl2 dissolved in 2.5 liter of पानी such that osmotic pressure is this value. बहुत डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन है, कर लो, जल्दी से कर लो. डोंट टेक टाइम टू डू दिस वन. गुड इवनिंग अनामिका जी, इसका आंसर बताइए. पाई इक्वल टू ICRT. टेक 1 मिनट टू डू दिस. उससे ज्यादा टाइम किसी की जरूरत नहीं है. मुश्किल चीज हम लोग कर लिए, अब से बिल्कुल स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड डायरेक्ट चीजें होंगी. गो हेड प्लीज सॉल्व दिस. ऑलराइट. अरे गुड टाइमिंग, गुड टाइमिंग. How do we do this? Pi equal to ICRT. I ले लो 1 नहीं, I is not 1, I is 2.47, right? C हमको निकालना है, यही तो निकालना है. I know X gram in whatever grams per mole, 40 plus 71 gram per mole. These are the moles in 2.5 liter water. This is concentration. This is concentration. ठीक है? So let's write that down over here. Cool? Yeah? 0.75. ओके ओके 3.4. लवली. मैथ्यू पीटर्स, अनामिका, बिल्कुल आते ही जल्दी आप लोगों दोनों ने आंसर बताया. If I do this calculation, yeah, I get this to be 0.031 moles. Multiply that with the molar mass and I get 3.42 gram. बहुत जल्दी आपने कर दिया. Lovely. Pi equal to ICRT. एक बात बताओ, I've seen a lot of you see this. Why do you write pi? It's pi, not you, Ashwini. मैंने बहुत लोगों को, I'm not pointing out just what Ashwini say. I've seen a lot of people say pi as pie. Like वो खाने वाली पाई की मुझे याद दिलाता है. Like a pizza pie. ये वाला पाई है ये, ठीक है. I'll tell you how I know. Because when you write maths jacks, जब आप कैलकुलेटर में लिखते हो और पढ़े, you put a backslash and you put pi and then you put a space bar, it converts to pi. Just like backslash and I don't know, right arrow gives you the right arrow. So these are the ways to make these symbols in coding. But khair, ठीक है. It was too hard, said Aditya. Oh, physics paper? Oh yeah, I heard. मैंने Reddit पे देखा कुछ लोगों को दिक्कत हो रही थी इसकी. Try this question out. Now we are on to kinetics. Kinetics का काम शुरू किया जाए. 3.42 राधिका, पंपा, पीयूष, अनामिका, मैथ्यू, बिल्कुल सही. तीर्थराज, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बढ़िया. हो गया पेपर खत्म. आदित्य छोड़ो, मुश्किल था, आसान था, खत्म हो गया. Forget about it. Move on. RL फीबी का कोई आई टर्म्स में लिखें डायरेक्ट आई मल्टीप्लाइड मोल फ्रैक्शन. पीयूष, कम टू द जेई वाला चैनल. We'll talk about this there. Don't worry. आई के टर्म्स में कैसे लिखें डायरेक्ट आई मल्टीप्लाइड टू मोल फ्रैक्शन. Yes, you're right. Piyush, we spoke about this, no? Specifically, I think हमने इसकी बात की थी on Telegram. Or was it another student? I don't remember this. You don't have a keyboard, never searched its spelling. Oh, अच्छा, समझा मैं Ashwini. Yeah. So, हाँ, pi is pi. No, but it's not just you, Ashwini. A lot of people say pi. That's what confused me. खैर, rate दिया हुआ है. K का units बताओ. Short value ये है. Short idea ये है. K की units बताओ. K क्या unit rate क्या होता है? Rate is simply minus dA by dt, ठीक है, which is also equal to minus dP by dt. In this case pressure की बात हो रही है तो, ठीक है, for gaseous reactants. So use this idea. Can you tell me the units of K? बहुत जल्दी करने वाला है. 30 second वाला question. While I read Piyush का thing. For R will be I के terms में कैसे लिखते हैं? Direct I to multiply RLVP. Relative lowering wave. Yeah, sure. Dude. So remember that whole graph I drew? This, right? The point of this graph was the cause is this. Cause is relative lowering. So if your effect has I in it, obviously your cause also has I in it. यू आर राइट, बस आई से करना है। मोल इनवर्स, मोल नहीं होगा ना, बार होगा पीयूष। प्रेशर इज मेजर्ड इन बार इन टाइम यूनिट्स, मोल नहीं होगा ना, बार होगा। केपी पार 3/2, ओके। रेट इज केपी, श्योर श्योर। मैं रेट कांस्टेंट की यूनिट पूछ रहा हूं, रेट एंड रेट कांस्टेंट दोनों की, ओके। तीसरा इज गिविंग मी रेट की यूनिट, ओके थैंक यू, ओके। बार पर मिनट विल बी द रेट, राइट? रेट का यूनिट इज गोइंग टू बी बार पर मिनट, रेट की यूनिट इज नॉट गोइंग टू चेंज, राइट? Right? How is that going to change? Rate की unit cannot change. By the way, सोचो by the way, rate की unit नहीं बदलेगी. Rate is going to be bar per minute, है ना? And तीसरा is saying bar per minute divided by bar 3/2. Exactly. Exactly. So units of K क्या होंगी? Units of K will be जो भी था times 3/2 will be equal to bar per minute. So K will be bar per minus half per minute. This is important, huh? Rate is always going to be bar per minute. It's not going to change irrespective of whether you have power 10, power, okay, you don't have power 10. जो भी power हो, कुछ भी हो, ठीक है? The small thing to take away from here, rate is always going to be mole per liter or bar per minute or whatever. You know, mole per liter per minute or bar per minute, either way. Bar power half, minute minus 1. Titraj, wouldn't it be bar per minus half? Titraj? Is going to be K bar into 1 minus 3/2, which makes it and minute power minus 1, which then makes it bar power minus half, minute power minus 1. समझा? Yes, Mayuk, बिल्कुल सही. छोटा सा क्वेश्चन, easy, straightforward question, but be careful about this. Next वाला, pseudo first order hydrolysis in water. These results are obtained. Calculate the average rate of reaction between time interval 30 to 60 seconds. Calculate pseudo first order rate constant for the hydrolysis of ester. No problem, no problem. पाई को ऐसे पाई लिखते हैं, 10th में चैप्टर था मैथ में पाई चार्ट, वो अलग है, वो पाई अलग है. दैट इज बिकॉज इट्स अ पाई. सर्कल को पाई बोलते हैं ना, पाई मतलब पाई चार्ट. तो दिस लुक्स लाइक अ पाई, लाइक अ पिज्जा पाई, इसीलिए ये है पाई चार्ट. वो पाई चार्ट ठीक है, बट दिस पाई इज द मैथमेटिकल पाई. खैर, when somebody has the notes of these sessions, like, what is wrong with Ashish? Why is pizza pie there in the middle of kinetics? That's going to be funny. That's going to be funny. खैर, average rate कैसे निकालेंगे हम लोग? It's simple, right? Final minus initial, but negative of this. Why negative sign? क्योंकि you're talking reactants, right? And reactants will reduce with time. And we want a positive value of rate. To get a positive value of rate, I need to put this negative sign over here. बाकी तुम लोग कर लोगे. CF minus CI by TF minus TI. Yeah, only first principle, exactly. Pie chart. Now I get it. Pie chart say pie. Makes sense. Thanks. Yeah. That answers my doubt. Thank you, Piyush. What is the average rate? बताएंगे जरा. Actually, directly मुझे first order rate constant ही बता दीजिए तो अच्छा हो जाएगा, है ना? There's nothing here. There's no math. There's nothing. Literally, you don't need a calculator. It's 14 by 30, whatever that value is. So it's 2 by 15, 0.133, something like that. यार 7 by 15 तो मत बोल. ठीक है, okay. Yeah, cool. 4.67 mole per liter per second into 10 power minus 3. ठीक है? Yes, thank you, तीर्थराज. Wow, बहुत टाइप किया आपने तीर्थराज. I respect that. Thank you, Ashwini. That's direct. First order hydrolysis मतलब कि okay. Then I will say rate constant कैसे निकाला जाए. And again from first principles, minus dA by dt is equal to Ka. फिर इसको आप integrate करो ln A naught by A. Why this? Because of this minus sign. Actually, it is ln A with the limits, it's minus ln A with the limits of A naught to A. So it becomes ln A by A naught, but there's a minus sign बाहर, which is what makes it ln A naught by A. अब दे तो मैथ्स है इसके पीछे, but practically ऐसा देखो, A naught is always going to be greater than A, hence it must be in numerator. क्योंकि ये है पॉजिटिव वैल्यू एंड ओनली देन विल k into t be पॉजिटिव. दोनों तरफ लेफ्ट और राइट पॉजिटिव होना चाहिए. दैट इज अ वे टू चेक. खैर, सो I will quickly derive this. So k is ln a naught by a into t. k की वैल्यू क्या होगी? सर, दो नंबर मैंने पॉइंट में कैलकुलेशन किया है. ओके, so how you do this is in this case, right, it's important that you do it for all of them. 3 बार. ठीक है. k for 30 is some value, k for 60 is another value, k for 90 is another value, और तीनों का आप एवरेज लेंगे. ठीक है. You will take average of all three and that's when you report this answer. Why? Because that's how you do it. ठीक है. आप क्या कर रहे हो? You are plotting rate versus time. ठीक है. Time equal to 0, rate is some value. Time equal to 30, rate is some value. Time equal to 60, rate is some value. Time 90, rate is some value. ठीक है. So you're getting some sort of a curve, or it should be a straight line curve actually, right? Rate by t. So what was the thing? dA by dt minus dA by dt is equal to k times a, है ना? तो इसको इंटीग्रेट करने पे नहीं ln है, so it's going to be a log term. ठीक है. It will not be a straight line. So k 2.3 log r not slash r. समझा नहीं तीर्थराज? I did not follow that entirely. So log में it will be a straight line. Yeah, approximately 2 into 10 power minus 2. Mayuk. Yeah, cool. Average value 0.02 आ रही है. Perfect, perfect. Thank you, तीर्थराज. Wouldn't it be 1 by t? Let me see. Would it not be 1 by t? Oh yes, बिल्कुल सही. So what did I mess up here? ln a naught by a, it should be 1 by t, 1 by t, 1 by t. How did I manage to get the answer then? Hold on. Did I mess something up? I think मैंने लिखा गलत, मैंने कैलकुलेट सही किया. k is ln of 0.55 divided by 0.31 divided by 30. Yeah. मैंने लिखा गलत, कैलकुलेट सही किया. Yes, you're right. खुशी, thank you. Don't retract your message. You're wonderful. Thanks for telling me this. Thank you. 1 by था, that मैंने ये 1 वाला मैं खा गया. It will be 1 by t. You're absolutely right. Because it is k into t, that is going to be equal to this. Thank you for that. All right, let's go to the next question. This is an easy question, very easy one. इसके बाद हम लोग will look at the graph वाला question. ठीक है. This is actually most likely अगर नीट में है तो यही आएगा. Kinetics से बार बार इस टाइप के सवाल आते हैं, या तो जेई में या तो नीट में. So let's see. Let's spend some time to solve. It's very direct, right? You have done some experiments. You have plotted A, B and initial rate of formation of D. ठीक है. आपको निकालना है कि what is the final rate law and the rate constant. Oh, you did in the full test? I'm sorry to hear that, Mayuk. Yeah, you have to basically get the rate constant of this reaction. Rate law and rate constant दोनों निकालना है. तो कैसे किया जाए? The process is कि आप किसी भी दो एक्सपेरिमेंट्स को लीजिए. ठीक है. Divide them. So for example, if I divide 1 by 2, 1 by 2 not useful. इन दोनों में ये सेम है. ठीक है. So if I divide them, this will get cancelled out and you have a relationship between B and rate. Similarly, if I divide this and this, then I'll get a relationship between A and rate. So this way I'll get order of A and B. Once I get order, I'll get rate law. Then I can get K. Can we try this? Ester पानी में भी pseudo first. Yes, ester पानी में भी. So पीयूष, एस्टर पानी में और एसिडिक मीडियम में ही होता है ना? हाइड्रोलिसिस ऑफ एस्टर. हाँ, सोचने दीजिए. For hydrolysis of ester, don't you need NaOH as the medium? Correct me if I'm saying something that's random. पीयूष, एस्टरिफिकेशन में होता है H2SO4 when you have esterification. और जब उल्टा होता है, which is hydrolysis of ester, you need NaOH. I think. मुझे अपनी ऑर्गेनिक थोड़ी सी पढ़नी पड़ेगी, but that's what I remember. Take your time, Tirthraj. Piyush, what do you think? Y equal to X equal to 1, Y equal to 2. Mayuk is on fire. बहुत जल्दी बताते हुए. So I'll tell you what we can do. Let us divide 4 by 1. Okay. When I divide 4 by 1, so I get 0.4 technically. डिवाइडेड बाय 0.1, जिसको मैंने लिख दिया है 4, टू द पावर n इज इक्वल टू 2.4 into 10 power minus 2 divided by 0.6 into 10 power minus 2, which then gives me 4. So I get n equal to 1, है ना? n equal to 1 हो गया. अश्विनी ध्यान से चेक करिए, मुझे a की वैल्यू, a का ऑर्डर तो मुझे 1 दिख रहा है, a का नहीं, हाँ a का ऑर्डर मुझे 1 दिख रहा है. आपको क्या लग रहा है? मयूख says yes, बेसिक में 2 ऑर्डर. पीयूष बेसिक में 2. Are you still talking about esterification, Piyush? Are you talking about this question? How about we do this question first, Piyush, and then we talk about this esterification bit in a little some time में. Let's talk about that in a minute. Okay, so that it doesn't confuse the other folks here. Okay, Pampa, absolute rate A1, B2. How do I get the order of B? I divide both of these. When I divide both of these, this time I'm dividing 3 by 2. I get 0.4 divided by 0.2, which basically is 2. And on this side, I do 2.88 divided by 7.72 into 10 power minus 1, 10 power minus 1, cancel out. ये हो जाता है 4. This is what we get here. So I get m equal to 2. ठीक है? So the whole thing now is going to be ka power kab square, which is interesting because it's 2a and b. Is this a typo? I don't know if it's a typo, but this is definitely experiment से तो पक्का ही यही हो रहा है. Okay. Now find k. Can you find k, please? K का क्या value है? Order is 3. Absolutely. Hello, Durudaksh. How are you doing? Find k, please. What is the order of esterification? Let me read that up. Order of esterification in base. yeah, ethyl acetate देगा. Okay. Yes, sir. Where water is in excess, pseudo first order reaction देगा, and acidic में ethyl acetate देगा. But ethyl acetate is the ester, right? Super duper. I don't know. I have to read up on this one. I'm not so sure about this, Piyush. Yeah, I'll get back to you. What I understand is कि पानी ज्यादा हो तो ठीक है, but you still need NaOH, I think. If without NaOH, you're saying कि it is pseudo first order. With NaOH, it is second order. I'll have to read up on that. I'm not sure about this. Cool. All right. K की वैल्यू क्या होगी इधर? K is 6 says Nigam. Look at that. Really fast. Okay. K कैसे निकाला जाए? Just substitute. I choose to substitute first reaction because it's the easiest, right? यहाँ पे 6 है, 0.1. So let us do the smart thing here. In a question like this, जहाँ already इतना हम लोग को calculation करना पड़ा है, the easiest thing to do is say कि boss, take the ones जहाँ पे सब चीज 0.1 है. So 0.1 into 0.1 square is 6 into 10 power minus 3. ये 10 power minus 3 और ये cancel हो जाते हैं. K becomes exactly 6 liter square moles per mole square per minute. Absolutely right. Thank you. Nigam, Khushi, Rudraksh, Ashwini, Mayuk, Radhika, Piyush, Teethraj. Thanks. Thank you. But that's very interesting, Piyush. Thanks for sharing with me. I'll read up on this. Thank you. All right. Here is a funky question. Do we have time for this? Let's see. Is there a more fun question to do than this one? Let me quickly see, huh? Okay, I'll tell you what. This graph question, let's do at the end. Let's do things that are more likely to come in your exam. And then we'll do this graph question थोड़ी देर बाद में. Yeah, I think it's, let's do this one. How about this one? Let's do this one first. पहले ये वाला करते हैं. You also use the first equation? That's great. Yeah. That's the smartest thing to do. The laziest and the best thing to do. The rate of a reaction quadruples when the temperature changes from this temperature to this temperature. Calculate the energy of activation of the reaction assuming it does not change with temperature. You can do this one, right? Please try this. I think you can do this in like under a minute, maybe maximum 2 minutes, right? K is A e power minus EA by RT. Now you do K1 and K2 and then you take log, right? So ln K2 will be equal to ln of this whole thing, which is going to be equal to, what is this going to be equal to? Ln A plus minus EA by RT. Is that correct? Does that look good? I don't like this ln A thing. How about before how about before we take log, we divide them both? Yeah, after taking log, I think division is going to be hell. But sure. ln A plus minus EA by RT2, and this is going to be RT1, right? These are two things. Exactly. So when you subtract both of these equations, 1 and 2, so let's say 2 is greater than 1. So when you do ln K2 by K1, which is same as ln K2 minus K1, right? Log of A minus log B is going to be equal to log A by B. So I'm subtracting these two equations, right? 2 minus 1. When you do this wonderful thing, you get minus EA outside by R 1 by, let me think about this one, plus EA by RT. I'm subtracting this. There is a bit of a funny thing happening here. If I'm saying that this is equal to this, the equation that I'm getting, subtract, this one doesn't make too much sense, right? If I do this, this is going to give me a negative number, but negative numbers are not good. But hey, oh yeah, this works out. This is good. This works out. Yeah. Yay. Yeah. The derivation is good. Yay. Derivation is good. जब तक हम कर रहे हैं derivation, तुम लोगों ने आंसर दे दिया. Good job, Nigam and Mayuk. You guys fight it out and see which ones. I'm kidding. You guys figure out which one's right. So this is a quick derivation of this. Okay. Since कुछ लोग बोल रहे थे कि theory कर लो sir. So here is the theory. This is the derivation of this. Take negative to the other side. So this is what you get. Right. You need to put a 2.3 over here if I convert to log, right? Because 2.3 times log x is equal to ln x. Yeah, that's what we are doing here. Okay, cool. So log 4, bilkul sahi, or 2 log 2. 2 log 2 or log 4 is EA by 8.314 times 2.3 times 20 by 293 into 313. Now you can be a little cheap here. I'm not suggesting that you do it, but you can be a little cheap here and say that this is both 300. I wouldn't suggest this, but okay, let's see it. What does this give us? Into 2 log 2 क्या होता है? 2 into 0.3. Okay, 0.3 into 2.3, 0.8, नहीं, is approximately 1, right? 0.3 into 2.3, 0.7, sorry. So you get 2 into 0.7 into 9 into 10 power 4 into 25 by 3. This is not looking very good, guys. Oh God, 75 into 2, 150 into 0.7. This is not looking good. The number I'm getting here is way off. This is not right. Don't do this. Just use a calculator. Just use a calculator. Oh, guys. Yeah, use a calculator. 52, yeah. 52.86, exactly. Yeah. Sure. 52, 53. Radhika, Titraj, Pampa. Bilkul sahi, badhiya. Nigam? Yes, Mayuk, absolutely. Prateek, you're in class 10. JEE की तैयारी कर सकता हूँ. I think, Prateek, you should check out Khushbu's lectures for class 10 maths. If you want to do a little bit extra, Khan Academy is a wonderful source for maths and for other things, but their math is exceptionally good. Okay, check that out if you want to learn stuff from there. All right, we're out of time, but if anybody wants to stick around, we'll spend maybe 5-7 minutes on this question. Okay. This last question, I want to spend some time on this. You're free to leave if you like. You know how it is, right? Time khatam, so it's absolutely fine. I understand if you want to go, but if you have some time, we can do this. Experimental data for decomposition of N2O5 is given to you, and ये gas phase में. Plot N2O5 versus T. Find half-life using that plot, and draw a graph between log of N2O5 versus T, and find the rate law. Calculate rate constant. Calculate half-life period from this graph. So we're plotting two graphs, C versus T, and we're doing log C versus T. And it looks like, hold on. Are we getting something here? कहीं पे कुछ दिया है क्या? नहीं, it doesn't say anything. Okay, never mind. Let's plot. You're welcome, Prateek. इस टाइप के मैथ्स में हमेशा फंसता हूँ. Can you repeat the last step? Super, कौन सा वाला last step? Super, this last step here. कौन सा last step, Super? Actually, this kind of works. I can just take this as 300 times 300. It works absolutely fine. Maybe I did some other weird math somewhere else. 25 by 3 into 2.3. You can do all of this and still get a close enough answer. You will still get around 52 kilojoule. Okay, cool. Let's, Super, you ping me if you have any doubt. I did not understand what you mean by last step. There is only one step here. इसमें बस ये था and then this substitution है. That was the EA wala bit. Yeah. There was no last step, so I'm not able to follow. But anyway, when you plot N2O5 versus time, okay, Piyush is giving me something very interesting. Okay, but do you need to do that, Piyush? Why are we doing that, by the way? It's not asking for that. इसमें कुछ trick नहीं है. It's literally just plotting. So you guys can also plot this, right? Excel में plot कर सकते हो, कहीं से भी plot कर सकते हो. I have basically plotted N2O5 concentration versus time, and of course this is N2O5 into 10 power 2. ठीक है? Now using this, how on earth do we get half-life? It's going to be a little complicated. That's what I'm trying to prove to you. इससे हाफ लाइफ कैसे निकालोगे तुम? इससे हाफ लाइफ निकालने के लिए यू सी अच्छा, wherever you get by 2 which is around 0.815 and that is 0.815, मतलब इन दोनों पॉइंट्स के बीच में somewhere over here, and that's really hard to do. That's the point of doing this question, by the way. It'll take you time to sit and plot this. I've already plotted it for you, but my suggestion is take this data, put it on an Excel sheet. See, you will actually get a curve like this. Now if you zoom in a lot, so that you go into that section where you try to get to 0.815. 0.8 यहाँ पे है, 0.82 यहाँ पे है, this is 0.82, this is 0.8. So इन दोनों के बीच में somewhere in between these two, yeah, you see अच्छा, maybe, and then you're like, okay, this is somewhere between 1500, 1550, it could be 1510, 1520. The point we're trying to make is कि I've got an approximate answer. The half-life is like around 1510 or 1520. What is the unit here? Time, right? In seconds. Approximately half-life मुझे यहाँ से मिल रही है. But you clearly see, then in a reaction like this, it's not the smartest thing to do. It's not smart at all. Okay, so what do? Let's draw a graph versus log of this versus time. And the moment you do that, when you take log of concentration versus time, you get a beautiful straight line. Now, what does this tell you about the order? We can take two intervals and take out k. Mayuk, we can do that, but the problem with that is कि उसमें it's like assuming कि it's a straight line, Mayuk. That's exactly what I did, right? You can do that. You can do जो आप बोले exactly वही कर सकते हैं. और उससे भी approximate idea आता है. And the moment you take, हाँ, Mayuk, that t half is 0.7 by k. How do you know that, Mayuk? You know that only because of this. You know, quote unquote, that this is a first order reaction. Only after ln concentration versus time is a straight line. Because you know this, you can use जो मयूक अभी बोल रहे हैं t half equal to 0.7 by k. वही बता रहा हूं मैं, पीयूष वही बता रहा हूं. ऑर्डर कैसे निकालोगे इसका? Experimentally. When they say that order is experimentally determined, because log of x versus t is a straight line, it must be a first order reaction. That's the idea. That's the idea. So that's why I brought this question for you. It will take you a lot of time, maybe 10-15 minutes to sit and plot this, because आपको Excel में डालना पड़ेगा या फिर हाथ से बैठ के plot करो graph paper पे. So I've did this. These are all Excel generated plots, nothing fancy. Rate law क्या है? ठीक है. I'm confident that the rate law is k into 10, k into n2o5, because log c versus t is a straight line. How do I know? Differentiate करो ना. If I differentiate this, I will get dA by A is equal to kt, which is basically dt equal to ka, right? Which is first order reaction. है ना? समझ में आया? ऑर्डर कैसे पता करें? Did you guys follow? Exactly. That is the next step, Piyush. That is the next step. But the first thing is, because I've got a straight line, log of something concentration time, it must be a first order reaction. How do I know? ये integrated rate law है. उसको differentiate करो. इंटीग्रेट रेट लॉ से यू प्लॉट कॉन्सेंट्रेशन वर्सेस टाइम और व्हाटएवर, उसको डिफरेंशिएट दैट होल थिंग, राइट? सो यू गेट दिस, ठीक है? सो वंस यू हैव दैट देन लाइफ इज इजी, तब तो कुछ नहीं करना है। कैलकुलेट रेट कांस्टेंट, जैसे मयूख ने बोला कि यू जस्ट गो अहेड and say kt is ln of n2050 by ln1205. So you substitute that here, yeah, some constant. Whoa, hold on, I clicked on something, sorry. Can you guys still see my screen? You can see my screen, but I can't find the PowerPoint slideshow. Show presenter view, bro. Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, just doing things from first principle. Kt is ln something, so log of this is going to be kt by 2.303. So this slope that I have over here is negative k by 2.303. Slope matlab pura hi le lo, one end to the other end, right? So I get minus k by 2.03 is extreme values, सबसे छोटी value, सबसे बड़ी value, negative 0.455 minus 0.212. I'm basically doing final minus initial. And time भी क्या है? Final is 3200, initial is 0. Divide them both, multiply with 2.303, you get k to be this value. अब k की यूनिट क्या होगी? k की यूनिट होगी पर सेकेंड. क्यों? अगेन बिकॉज दिस इज अ फर्स्ट ऑर्डर रिएक्शन. ज्यादा हो गया क्या? स्टूडेंट सब बहुत शांत हो गए. द ओनली quote unquote trick in this question was identifying कि it's a first order reaction. And how do you identify it's a first order reaction? इस step में. In this first step, yeah, when we are plotting this versus this, now you have no idea. Like कुछ भी हो सकता है. Half life कैसे निकालोगे? Half, generally, even if you don't know what's happening, right? Half life is time taken for reaction to become half. Well, from the graph, you can kind of see कि somewhere यहाँ पे होगा, right? 0.815 will be somewhere over here. By 2 is 0.815, right? तो यहाँ पे we say that अच्छा यहाँ पे, but this is not a good way of doing it, right? Which is why we need the integrated law. And this log 5 happens to give you the integrated rate law. ठीक है? And because this is a straight line, then you can say ki, yes, this is a first order reaction. Once you have that, life is very doable. Rate law is k into n205 directly. And then after that, we calculate rate constant. Kaise? First principle say we wrote down the equations. We said some constant. By the way, this is the constant. This is the constant, right? So this is A naught. Okay. Anyway, this is ln of A naught. Log of A naught. ठीक है? Cool? All right. Sir, concentration of the time का graph is looking similar to log graph. नहीं, yeah, Ashwini, you're right. Here, concentration versus time is a log graph, right? But you're plotting you're plotting C versus time. But your actual relationship is logarithmic. इसलिए तो होता है ऐसा ना. So, this is the same as saying कि what was the deal here? Sorry, minus dA by dt is equal to ka, right? Same चीज को इंटीग्रेट करो, ln2 by t half k. Sure. Cool. All right. ठीक है? I know आज के लिए थोड़ा ज्यादा हो गया. I hope you enjoyed this session. We crammed a lot of it together in it. As always, you will find me doing these sessions on both JEE and NEET channels. If you want to check out some more stuff on the exemplar side of things, come to the JEE channel. On the NEET channel, we'll keep doing subjective questions from NCERT. All of these are NCERT questions. Okay? So that was all that I had for you today. If you have any doubts, as always, reach out to me. I teach Chem. ठीक है? मिलते हैं फिर परसों. आज क्या है? आज ट्यूसडे है. हम लोग थर्सडे को मिलेंगे. Organic. GOC is up next. पढ़ के आना. This is up next in the next episode of Aakash BYJU'S NEET Chemistry. See you. Bye. Tata.